Hi guys, and welcome again to Dion's Glamping Journey. Guess who I got the chance to meet? Bob Wow!
I had an absolutely wonderful day today, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I had the opportunity to do a van tour with Bob Wells. I am so excited, so please stay tuned for it. And while I'm here, I realized I haven't done a van tour of my temporary setup. So I'd like to take you guys through my setup. Again, I live in New York, Westchester County, and I flew from New York to Phoenix, Arizona, and I rented a Turo minivan, a minivan from Toro. And as I mentioned to Bob, the price was, for what I paid for 2 weeks, I would have paid for 1 week with a regular rental company. So it was definitely something that I would suggest. You know, if you're going to rent a vehicle, try to do it through Toro. Anyway, then from Phoenix, I drove here to Quartzsite. So let me take you on a little tour of the minivan that I rented. It is a Chrysler Town and Country. It's a 2013. I mean, I didn't need anything new, and it's really a good vehicle to use for minivan camping, because you have the what is it called, stow and tow seats that you can put underneath the flooring. So let me take you on a little tour of what I did. So here's the minivan. I really loved it because it was red, and I was like, oh, fire red, I like that. So I bought this little mat. I bought actually 2 of them from Dollar Tree. And then I have my refrigerator that, surprisingly enough, I got it from Walmart for $99. And it has just suited me just fine. It worked well for what I needed it for. I didn't know what the wattage was, but it worked out well. By the way, so far I've been here for 2 weeks. I came on the 7th for the WRTR, which started on the 8th. My flight landed about 11:30, and I picked up the car at noon, and by sundown I was finished shopping and getting whatever I needed for it. Okay, so let's start with the bed. I brought the pillow from home. I bought the comforter from Walmart for $19. And the bed, the mattress, I got from Home Depot. And there are 2 foam mattresses, 2 3-inch foam mattresses that I wrapped in a sleeping bag. So these are the foam mattresses. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand. And they were about $25 or $26 a piece. And they're really soft. And you can see, put my hand, you can see that it's really comfortable. I put the sleeping bag that I brought from home on top of it because I figured it would regulate my body temperature, and as well as, you know, serve as extra cushioning and keeping the mattresses together. Another one of my secrets, as you all know from a video before, I use these sheet, I guess, what are they called? Straps. And they kind of hold the sheets in place, so your sheet stays nice and neat. Nice and neat and tight. I like this comforter, and I'm wondering if I can fit it in my luggage. I don't know. I'll try. You only have 50 pounds. And then I have a cot, I forgot to mention, that I got from Dick's for $70. And it works well. And underneath you can see there's a lot of storage. I have my 2 luggages under there. So you can tell that you would be able to store a lot of stuff under there if you needed to. I decided to get a carpet to cover up, because this is someone's personal rug, so it wasn't in the best condition. So I decided to get a rug. It made me feel a little bit more comfortable. From Walmart for $20. And then I got these end tables also from Walmart for $19. I decided to get 2 because the one inside in the front I use for like my stuff for inside, like my junk drawer, you know, stuff that I want to keep in that so I can access through the front, and then all my cleaning supplies. You know, I had to bring some flowers. I bought some flowers in Phoenix because I thought, I'm gonna be in a desert, I want to see something pretty. So I got some flowers, and I bought that vase from Dollar Tree. I brought my mirror with me because how can I put on my makeup and do my hair without my mirror? So I also have that, as well as some other stuff. I love the minivan because it allows you to have like little storage compartments, and you can use that for whatever you need. I got this puck light from Dollar Tree, and I love it because it comes with a remote control. So I can be in my bed and I can turn it on. You probably can't really see it because it's so bright outside right now. And then when I'm ready to turn it off, remote turns it off, and it changes colors, only for $3. And can you imagine, it only takes 3 AAA batteries. I also brought my electric throw, which was great because it gets cold here in the evenings. Let me tell you, it went down to like 30 degrees. So the beauty about this is it also is like a poncho with a hood that you can wear while you're at the fire to keep you warm. And then when it's time for bed, you can open it up and then it turns into a nice throw blanket. And the beauty of that is it has a rechargeable battery that goes right here in the pocket. And as you can see, it has 4 settings, and it really works to keep you warm. You can't see the lights going on, but it has the 4 settings, and you can turn it off. And all you need to do is make sure that you keep the battery charged. And I got this a while ago from Walmart when I went to Assertique Island, because it was also getting cool in the evenings. And lastly, inside the back area, oh, I forgot to show you my glass with the picture of my grandsons. I don't know if you can see it, the angle. Nasir and Noah, my babies. And people always ask, how do you use the bathroom? So let's get straight to it. I use this. It's from Dollar Tree. It's one of the book bins. All I do is I put a plastic bag over it. Take the stuff out and put the plastic bag in. I line it with a Depends or a half of a diaper. Half of it depends, or half of a diaper. And that's it. And then in the middle of the night, you know, we go more than once, I take the underpads and I cut them in quarters or eighths. This one has happened to be an eighth. So after the first use, then I close the bag up. Then for the second use, open it up, put another liner upside so that it can absorb. And that's it. And that's the bathroom. This is my outdoor kitchen camp setup. Instead of having the 5-gallon jug, I use these 5-gallon bags so that I can close it up and let the water out and pack it right back in my luggage. And that works well for me. And then for the back view, you can get a better view of how high the cot is, hopefully. Let me take this. And as you can see, there's plenty of room back there. Plenty of room that you can store stuff. And then the second nightstand, or I'm not sure what you want to call it, drawer set, will be facing outwards, will give me access to my kitchen area outside. And in that, I keep some food, a pot, my utensils, cooking utensils and eating utensils. Second drawer, just my plates, some extra food here that I didn't get to use yet. And then the last drawer for my stove and pots, additional cooking stuff. As I mentioned, I have 2 stoves because when I'm cooking, I am cooking. Again, the minivan has these cool compartments so that you can store things in the corners. And then to the other side, I have my solar shower charging. When I take my shower, I make sure to put the hose inside of the window, then close it up so it stays. And we have some windy nights here and days in Quartzsite, so in the desert. So what I did was I decided to put rocks inside of the pockets to weigh it down because it is a pop-up tent. And because we're on rocks, we cannot really stake. It's very difficult to stake it down. I have another mat that I use in here so that I can step directly from the van into the shower. And I use those ties just to make sure that it stays securely against the doorway, because with the wind it can blow. So I usually put this and hook it onto here, and it stays really well, and I'm still able to close the door. And this is just a side view, another side view of how much storage we have under there. Oh, I forgot to show you guys these bags. I use these for my solids. They are the best. I know usually people use Gamma buckets, and I mean, that's great too, but the bucket is too big for this vehicle for me, and I don't want it to be all over the place. They're cute bags that you can tie, and I'll go back around and show you. These are tablecloths that I tore into pieces, and that's what I use for my window coverings. I also make sure to keep my robe and my towel right here so that I can put on my robe and go into the shower and take it out. When I get out, just put on my robe again and wrap myself in my towel to dry off. Make sure I got a good view of that. So let me move this. Okay, that's better. I also have hooks just to hook stuff on. Again, I keep my toiletry bag right next to the shower as well, where I keep my makeup remover, shower cap, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant. You know, somebody saw this the other day and said it was a shot glass. No, it's not a shot glass. I use a shot cup rather. I use that to rinse my mouth when I'm brushing my teeth. And these are the Oil of Olay cleansing facial wash, as well as all my soap and oils and everything else I need in my toiletry bag. I have plenty of space here, and I keep my briefcase, my additional water. Oh, my pants fell. My umbrella, just things that I want to reach really quickly. I also keep car keys and, you know, wiring and stuff here so I don't misplace it. And that attaches onto the seat as well. Then I wanted a clear path because I don't want to have to, you know, trip over anything while I'm getting into the shower. So that's why this place, like this area, I keep pretty clear. This is an off-brand to the Hot Logic that everyone is familiar with, where you can warm your food up. And then this is just a box. I had some extra sweet tea in. You also have pockets here that I didn't feel necessary to use, but that's something that you could. And then in my front passenger seat, I just keep my extra stuff. I mean, this is a mess. I normally don't keep it this bad. I didn't put a new garbage bag, but this is my garbage container, just for like when I'm in the car, just small things that I don't want to just leave on the floor. And then I keep my clothes in storage bags, storage cubes rather. And so I have one for my towel and washcloths, clothes, pajamas. These are my, I forgot what they're called, personal items, unmentionables. And I did have an extra quilt that I brought with me, which was really good for those colder nights, but I haven't had to use it for the past 3 nights because it's been so, it hasn't been as cold. And then I put my dirty clothes bag, which is full. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pack that. I did buy laundry detergent, but honestly, I'm not comfortable going to the public laundry, honestly, to be quite honest with you. I'm not, but that might be something I gotta get used to. On the top, I have the solar lights that come on very bright if someone approaches my vehicle at night. And then finally, I have my power station and my solar panels. They are both Browley. Let me show you the name of it so that Browley. And there are 4 panels, and they their input is 120 watts, and then the solar panel is another 35 watts. And the solar panel, what makes it really cool is the solar panel is connected directly to the power station. And when you open it up, you can see, so with the 4 panels and the power station, my input would be at maximum 155 watts. The power station is 600 watts and 1,000 watt hours. So far it's been working well for me. And that's my setup here in the desert for almost 2 weeks. This is our beautiful view. Kind of decided to be parked away from everyone here. So I'm over here by my lonesome, which I love it. And I will put the little snippet video that Bob Wells and I did together right here.
Hi guys, and welcome again to Dion's Glamping Journey. Guess who I got the chance to meet? Bob Wells.
There you go.
And it has been such a pleasure to meet him. He is to me like the godfather of camping. The first time I saw his video was a video that he did with a temporary setup. And you guys know that I love my temporary setups, my rentals. And so I had the wonderful pleasure of meeting with him and doing a van tour with him. So stay tuned. And what did you think of my van?
Amazing. You folks are at the right channel, because she's really showing you really well how to do it. I love this whole setup, everything about it.
And am I glamping certified?
You are glamping certified.
Ah, give me a hug. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys soon.
Bye.
So come and take a ride with me. I decided to venture out and camp with another group during my second week at Quartzsite. This location was also BLM land, and it was about 20 minutes away from where I was previously camped. As you can see, the terrain was not as harsh as the other camp, but there was still plenty of rocks and ditches. Campers again chose to spread out unless they were camping together as part of a group. I felt so comfortable camping with them, and I made some long-lasting friendships. And I can't wait to camp with them again next year. As I drove through our camp, you can see there were many different types of vehicles. We had minivans, we had Class C's, we had vans, forgot what you call them, but when you pull the camper, I don't know what those are called. This was our campfire pit, and I will show you videos of our campfires later in the video. As you can see, it gets a little bit rockier further out, but if you've ever camped with me before, you know I like to camp and get a little spot to my lonesome. As you can see, I left some of my setup there to let everybody know I've been here. This is my camp spot. There are little prickly things. I don't know what they're called. If you know what they're called, please note it in the comment section. They look like little, I don't even know what to explain it. You could probably see it on the ground, and you have to be very careful with those things. They can hook onto your tires, cause flats, or even your shoes, your sneakers, and they're pretty painful. Home sweet home. For today on the menu, I have some salmon, brown rice, beans, and avocado. I think that'll be a good mix. I don't think I need to show you the whole process. I'm sure you guys know it. So while my brown rice is still cooking, I'm going to start sauteing my onions and green pepper for my salmon. Just gonna add a little bit of avocado oil, just a little bit. You can see it. And I'm going to let that saute a little bit, and I'll be back. So I forgot to add some tomato, to let that saute as well with it. And while that's sauteing, I will season up my wild caught salmon that I have already cleaned with some lemon, I don't use a lot of salt. Oh my goodness, it's flying away. I don't use a lot of salt. I prefer to use seasoning to season up my food. With my hypertension, I shouldn't be using too much salt, and so I try to make up for that with seasonings. This is organic sage, organic thyme, This wind is just flying all over the place. Organic basil. Maybe this will work like this. And fresh black peppercorn. Kind of press it in. Some people massage it. Pressing it is good enough for me. Turn it over. I season both sides. I figured I would make 2 pieces, maybe one for dinner, and then save the other for lunch or dinner tomorrow. But I won't have to cook it. I'll just have to make a starch and a vegetable. Now, because I flew into Phoenix from New York, I didn't have all my stuff, so I have a very small table that I borrowed from my friend Kat so that I could have a table. It was so windy, I didn't think I would be able to cook outside anyway, so I figured, why bother to get a table? So she came to my rescue again. Again, press this in. My rice is almost done. I don't know, maybe I need to turn the flame up a little bit more for my saute here. Oh my gosh, can it fit? Let's see. I know this. I think maybe because of the wind. That might be a little better like that. Okay, I definitely hear it more. I don't want to overcook it like I did the other day either, so that's the issue. Okay, just let that saute a little bit more. Turn off the flame. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more oil. Drizzle it a little bit more. No, I didn't bring a top for this. So maybe I'll have to use the top for this to kind of get it to heat up. And my rice is done. Ugh, how am I going to reach this? Turn this off. Oh God, and I turned it up. Ouch! See, this is real. Okay, rice is done. Brown rice. so we're gonna wait for this to, yeah, I hear it sizzling. Give it a few more minutes. I'll be back. Okay, I can hear my vegetables, my vegetable saute sizzling. So I'm going to, and I'm using the top from this, so I'm going to just use some aluminum foil to cover up my rice. Oh boy. Look at this wind. I can't even cover. Oh. To cover the rice because I need that burner. I need this burner to now put the beans on. Okay, now I'm going to put my beans on. Ooh. Bush baked beans. This was a staple in my house growing up. So I love the taste of it. Even though I do not eat pork, I just take the pork out because the vegetarian ones don't taste as good. Okay, got it to a nice saute. And I'm gonna put them in some foil. This foil is so cheap. I got these from the Dollar Tree. Okay, look at this. And so because I sauteed the vegetables in here, it'll also act as like a seasoning for the oil. And now I will put my salmon in there. Oh, already my beans are boiling up. So let me turn it off without getting burnt. Oops. Let me close up my sauteed vegetables until I need them again. And I'll be back. So salmon cooks rather quickly.
So I'm going to turn them over because I don't want them to dry out. Then I'm going to add my sauteed vegetables back in. Then I'm going to add just a little bit water, just a little. Just to have a little bit of sauce, a little bit of, yeah, that's what I call it. I wouldn't say it's gravy, it's more like sauce. Let it cook in a little bit. Voila! And here it is plated. I have my beans, my rice, brown rice, avocado, and my salmon. And what's ever left, I'll have for lunch tomorrow. So, does this vehicle look familiar? Yes, it's Bob Wells's van, a converted ambulance truck, and he's actually raffling it off. You can buy raffle tickets and win his vehicle as he's downsized into, I believe it's a Subaru.
And it's a dream come true to actually be at RTR and on the stage. So I want to thank them so very much for completing a dream for me. Thank you. So, of course, my first song has to be by the great Tracy Chapman, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around, y'all. Whoa, give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely, you gonna make me change my mind, yeah. Baby, I got your number, and I know that you got mine. You know that I called you, whoa, I called too many times. Well, you can call me, baby, call me anytime, you gotta call me. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around, yeah. Whoa, give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around, yeah. Said I don't want to leave you lonely, you gonna make me change my mind, yeah. Ain't you an original one. I wrote this song for my, oh, wait a minute. Alrighty. I wrote this song for my brother because he moved in with me and wouldn't get off the sofa. But the more I sing it, the more I knew it was for me. And it got me here to the RTR, which to me is sort of like the biggest gathering of introverted extroverts on the planet. So I feel like I'm with my peoples.
Yeah.
And it's called Move Like Somebody. When you follow your passion, you gotta go where it may lead. Work hard each and every day. Keep trying hard till you succeed. And don't let nobody turn you around. Take away your dreams. 'Cause you can get anything that you want out of life, but you just can't get it sitting down. You gotta move like somebody. You gotta groove like somebody. Take a chance like somebody. Make demands like somebody. You gotta walk like somebody, yeah. Talk like somebody, yeah. You gotta move like somebody. You gotta groove like somebody. 'Cause you can get anything that you want out of life, but you just can't get it sitting down. Everyone my age is an adult, I surmise. I've been walking around here in my adult disguise. Wrinkles indicating where my smiles have been. Wouldn't trade my face to be 18 again. But now time is running out. No need to tread lightly. I'm not gonna stop, y'all. Time is gonna have to fight me. Though my body gets tired, I ain't done yet. 'Cause this is the youngest that I'm gonna get. That I'm gonna get, y'all. Oh, for my mom and them. And this is my very first full week of van life and boondocking, so yes. So I was born and raised a real live country girl with the outhouse and everything, so this feels very familiar for me. Oh yes. Big mama hug, house filled with food, warmth and love. You feel treasured there, no doubt. Feeding family, what she's all about. Over at Mama and them, over on Route 2. You'll be glad that you came, 'cause they're expecting you. I wish I could go back to Mama and them. It's gone from Route 2. The grass has grown over the porch, and all the paths we made too. There's a broken down home now, where a vibrant one once lived. The echoes of laughter and all the good times we missed. Over at Mama and them, over on Route 2. No matter when you go, they're expecting you. Now I that you could never go back to the past. You can rebuild the structures, but it's the foundation that lasts. Over at Mama and them, over on Route 2. No matter when you go, they're expecting you. Here I am, Mama and M's, although not on Route 2. Strive to make a glad home, just like the one I was taught to. Over at Mama and M's, over on Route 2. No matter when you go, they're expecting you. Thank you. It goes out to my mama and them.
So I'm going to make some cooked up salmon with my vegetables and my macaroni and cheese, which is already started. Okay, let's see. So I cut up my purple onions or red onions and my green pepper with my tomato, and I'm gonna save some of the red onions for my salad because I'm gonna make a salad with it. And it's just gonna cook up. It's popping. Just gonna saute it a little bit, and then I'm going to add the salmon. Okay, so it's getting a little burnt. It cooks very quickly. Cooking it up. I don't want it. I don't want it too overcooked. Maybe I should turn down the flame just a little. Okay. Then I add my salmon. And the other day I had wild quartz salmon because I was able to get it in town at the supermarket. So now I have to use this packet salmon, but it's still delicious. Put that in there. It's almost like you're making tuna. Kind of blend it all together. Great. And now my macaroni. Turn that down a little bit. Cooking up. And as you guys probably know, I don't use salt because of my hypertension. So I'm going to use some organic thyme. Some organic basil. Some organic sage. This is kind of thick because it's not the grounded, so I just take a little bit. I usually use it generously because, you know, I don't use salt and I like my food to have a little flavor. And then my peppercorn, which I couldn't find it organic, but this should be fine. Okay, that should be enough. Again, it's just to let it saute just a little bit. And then I don't want it to be too dry
So then I'm going to add just a tad bit of water. No, I don't, even though I have water from here, from the pump in town, I don't drink that water, so I wouldn't use that. I would use that to wash dishes and to shower with. Add a little bit of water so it's not really dry. Got a little sauce to it. Okay, that's done pretty much. And it's kind of just put over like a bed of rice or my macaroni and cheese. And I don't have a cover for it, so I'm gonna have to use some Reynolds wrap over it. Check on my macaroni and cheese. Looks like it's almost done, or what they call a dente. And I'm going to drain that. Put some foil over my, I'll attempt to put some foil over this so the bugs don't get to it. Something is better than nothing. This ain't working. Be my luck for this to fall, so let me put it inside the van. Okay, so it's covered in the van. And finally, looks like it's done. Just pour it out. Okay. All right. Out here. No, it didn't. So usually when I make the mac and cheese, I don't make the whole box. So I use half and then I save it and put it in a Ziploc bag for the other half. Don't use all of the cheese, because we know that cheese can be fattening, and it's also there, so I'm trying to use as least as possible. Pretty much I don't really add too many other ingredients to the mac and cheese. Add a little bit of, you know, most people would add salt, but I don't. I just add a little black pepper. That's enough for me. And add a little bit more cheese. And I will make a quick salad and show you guys when I plate it.
I love the music. Don't stop that.